Hello, my name's Owen Pope and I'm coming up to be 62 years old. A time in your life when you would imagine that you were thinking about retirement and enjoying the family, beaches and holidays and all that type of thing. But for me and my wife, that's not what we're thinking about. We are now planning and considering how we can get back into business, how we can put our lives back together, how we can regain some of what we've lost. 3 years ago or 4 years ago, we were approached by initially an individual, and then due to his untimely death, a group of people who asked to buy a business. We politely declined to sell it, and then we went through a process of courtship, you could say, where some very, very important and very influential people came to visit us. It was almost the who's who in directors of bank directors and various other directors of companies, major companies in New Zealand, developers, directors of harbour boards, business people, directors of PGG Wrightson's, ex-directors of Fonterra, and these people courted us and offered to us an investment in our business. They came touting that they were the experts in the finance, in business organisation, in resource consents, in a whole list of administration and governance of companies. And they convinced me that I needed them. In that process, they also were suggesting that they were going to invest a large sum of money into my business, so that we could then enjoy the spoils, if you like, of exporting to Australia and to other places. We entered into a relationship with these guys. We took their advice. It was like we were tucked under their wing. They prepared statements to go to banks. They prepared applications for bank loans. They set up a new company. They acted as advisors and guiders in those areas of our business. They presented to us opportunities for investment into farming organisations. They proposed that they entered into the similar farming operation which was underpinned by manufacturing and marketing of the product ANATHOTH jams and pickles. The structure was to be that an investment of money was going to be put into the company of some $2.8 million. We would then take that money and use it to purchase other properties which were lined up for us, other raspberry orchards and 90 acres of apples and various other things. That would then be leased off us by the company, and the company would develop those and use the products grown on the property to process and to market. The structure that was put in place was one where we retained ownership of the land. We had significant holdings of land already, and we used the money that was paid to us to purchase other land, and used our existing land for security also to do that. We had a payout of around $2.6 million, which was used to pay off our existing mortgage, to pay the creditors of ANATHOTH Marketing Limited, to buy fruit and supplies for the company for the next 12 months operation, and also as part of the deposit on the purchase of a new raspberry orchard for $1.5 million in Tapawera, and the purchase of an apricot orchard in Roxburgh for $450,000, and the purchase of another 90 acres of apples in Roxburgh for around $600,000. All of these properties were to be leased to the ANATHOTH Marketing Limited, who was then going to develop them, or that company was then going to develop them and use the produce off those companies. We were going to be the underpinning landowner, and the company was going to provide the finance to develop the business. So that was the setup, and it seemed a pretty rosy sort of thing for Kay and I to get into, and that was the growth of ANATHOTH. That never happened. The details of that I won't go into at this time, but needless to say, we spent the last 3 years under a continued threat to be sued. We've been intimidated. We've been abused. We've suffered untold hardship to the point that now we are on a means-tested pension from the government, and we receive an amount of around $400 a week to live on. The prospect of spending the rest of my life living on $400 a week with no home and little or no prospect of getting anything else like that is not one that I'm prepared to entertain any longer. So we have decided to go back into business again, and this is that story of us preparing ourselves to go back into business, and it is a rather an eye-opening situation.